Alright, basic shapes in box modeling 2. Let's look at a cylinder. A cylinder in this case, let's do the multi-resolution thing and it subdivides out. You can see that it turns to a big hot pancake mess. Okay, so we don't want that. We want to be able to subdivide it and have it smooth out correctly. If we take a cube, we have to learn another command called extrude. So if you hit tab, go to faces, click on the top. Extrude, all it is Control E, and if you click and drag your mouse, you'll see that you now have made one more face that extrudes off the surface. Now we don't want to move it, however, so just right click on it. All we want to do is hit Control E and then right click. It's there, it's just so close that it's not there. So there's 5 more sides attached to this one face. Now that alone would cause a cylinder to appear if I subdivide this. Let's hit tab and then go into multi-res and subdivide it. Now if we subdivide it enough times, you're going to see that we have kind of a marshmallow. This is because we never brace the form. Now sometimes I use this form a lot, especially with like organics. Let's just go like this. Hit tab, hit Control R, click drag, Control R, click drag. This time we'll add some edges to the outside here. Hit tab, multi-resolution, subdivide. This time as you subdivide, you'll see that it's very crisp on the outside edge because I've braced it with those edges. Where you place those edges and how far you place those edges dictate how much you're going to have as far as a roundness to the corners. Alright, so to illustrate that, grab an edge, hold Alt and Shift, move this edge down. This one, Alt and Shift, move this edge up, hit tab, and you'll see now that you have rounded edges. The anticipation of where you place that edge can be very useful when you create things. It's very simple, nothing complex. Let's make a hollow cylinder. That one's a little bit harder. Let's hit tab, and we will destroy everything here. So Z on the keyboard. This leaves only the one face at the very top. Hit Z again. Now, what we want to do is be able to extrude this, so Control E, and then right click. And we want to take the extrude and shrink it down a little bit. So I do that by hitting R and clicking on this round white circle. Click over here, click and delete one of the faces. Click and delete one of the faces. Now we have this. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Let's extrude this. Do that by hitting L to highlight the whole piece of geometry, and then Control E. Right click, W. Now if I went to subdivide this one, watch what happens. Okay, I get kind of a cuff, like something that would go on an arm. Again, remember that shape. It's very useful. Let's close that out. Where would I place edge loops in order to get a hollow cylinder that has crisp edges? Well, let's see. Wouldn't I put one here? Oops, got two in there. That's okay though. Just undo it. Undoing it is Control Z, by the way. Command Z on a Mac. Wouldn't I put some edges in here too? So edges here to brace the outside form, and edges in here to brace the inside form. Hit Tab, and go in here to Multi-Res, Subdivide, and you'll see now that you have a hollow cylinder, and the hollow cylinder has a nice rounded edge. Again, as I said, where I place this close to the surface dictates how round that's going to be. So less round, just Alt and Shift, W on the keyboard, and move that up. You can move it so close to the one edge it almost looks like it's not there. And you would have to do that for both sides. And sometimes you would have to have two in there because remember the box had an extra extrude. There we go, nice and crisp. Alright, so there's a cylinder and a hollow cylinder. Let's go on to the next video.